But it's that time of year. I mean, I know certainly my beer's malting.
Not a Maltese beard, then.
No,
Is that a dog?
that's a Maltese Falcon.
Maltese bearded falcon.
Yes. Genderless and generationless. Our friend Boaty had his channel's original name was £500 Cheap Car Challenge.
It was.
Which I seriously struggled to get my lips around, but I managed it first time.
Yeah.
It's quite fun cleaning the biscuit though, because you use it, it's
Well, look at that. I've washed this car twice.
There's like a gluey residue actually.
Sorry about that.
Tacky. Yeah. So Margaret's doing well. The CBR.
Yeah, she just needs tyres, which is something I'm putting off because tyres are stupid expensive.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I think everything is now, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, maybe not as expensive as what you paid for tyres before. Actually, about the same. So if I were to get them same tyres that I've got on now, which aren't super sporty tyres,
yeah,
they're just sports touring tyres, Bridgestones, it's about 380 quid for two.
that sounds about right. So I've just put Goodyear Eagle F1s on the 260.
Yeah.
And they're 130 plus VAT per tyre.
Okay.
So it's
About the same.
about the same.
About the same.
I think anything, and I wasn't going to put budgets on a V8
No. Probably
rear-wheel
best
drive
not.
car. But yeah, sounds about right. But I think anything that's manufactured like that, because the raw material costs.
Well, I wouldn't say it's that, and it's the fact that the centre part of the tyre is different grade rubber to the outside.
Okay.
edges. So it's like dual compound, so the centre's harder wearing, but the shoulders of the tyre are softer for more grip.
Clever.
Mm.
Very clever.
But that's kind of like a standard thing now on motorbike.
Right. Yeah. Again, not mine. That's your area of expertise rather than mine. So.
Plus, you can get some really cool ones that are called Pirelli Angel STs.
Ooh.
And they've got a little facing tread
Yeah.
that when they get past sort of like 2,000 miles wear, it changes from an angel into a devil.
That's clever.
I had some on my last bike, and I didn't do enough miles for them to change.
You've got to do a lot of burnouts to.
Yeah, that'd do it instantly.
Yeah. And then of course Henny, a car that you acquired from another YouTuber.
Yeah, current project. So Henny is currently having a wheel arch filled and sanded, which should be, if it doesn't rain, I should have got that done in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I think. I'm going to paint it myself. It's going to look atrocious. But my idea is, like I say all the time, all I want is a 10-foot car that, if you look at it from 10 feet away, it looks alright. It doesn't matter if when you get closer it looks crap.
Yeah.
So that's my aim with Henny. And then I need to put a new back box on. I want to take the rear brakes discs off and replace them. And then the rear lower arms, I want to give them a clean up and see if they've got holes in them.
Yeah. Because they do get rusty.
Yeah. And then that's about it, really, apart from inside-y bits.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We'll have a look in a minute.
Mm.
That'll be a different video.
Yeah. Hopefully we're not on fire at the end of it.
I'll go easy.
You can't not go easy. You've not got an option.
What is it? Is it 115? Is it a 115 or 135? Brake horse.
135.
From the factory.
Yeah. No, so Boaty had the facelift other diesel ZT.
Yes.
That had been chipped, so that had got more power.
Right, yeah.
But it didn't feel any quicker.
It's interesting. I think the economy goes up. The economy gets better when you chip them.
Does it?
Mm.
That's another key, because when Boaty drove that back from London, he said he was getting 60 mpg out of it. I've not managed to get 40 out of it yet.
So something has happened between Boaty buying it and selling it to Simon.
Mm.
That's not an accusation.
It's just a fact. Many things have happened since Boaty bought it.
Do you think it just needs a damn good drive to empty?
I don't know. I think it
Yeah.
maybe you reset it on the motorway, and if you're just doing constant speeds, then maybe you get.
Yeah.
And you've seen it around here. It's like hilly as a mess.
Yes. Yeah. But you're continually changing up
Plus,
and
it's
down.
no fun being in one gear.
Well, no.
You've got kick down and you've got a sports button. Why isn't it not in
Oh,
sports?
so it's an auto.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay.
That's why I was saying you've not got a choice.
Ah.
You just do whatever box tells you to.
Well, it's Jatco gearbox is decent gearbox.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, I took the two Downs 275s out last year,
Okay.
and they were both automatics and
You liked it.
lovely.
It's got parking sensors as well, so you don't need a tow bar.
There we are. I've got a tow bar on my 190. Not because I tow anything, because I'm never ever likely to tow anything. But yeah, it's handy to have it when you live in a Victorian street with on-street parking and some neighbours who, quite frankly, can't drive. It's quite comforting to have a tow bar.
Yeah, I can see the advantage of it from that point of view.
Yeah,
Plus, you could go and steal George Roger Botty if you want,
if I was so inclined.
because nothing else is going to happen.
I'm yet to meet George Roberts. It wasn't when I went to the Project Nigel Yard. It wasn't there. So
Was it
it's,
not?
No. It's been acquired since my triumphal entry into Rochdale.
The other day when I went to Yard, it was pissing it down here. And I thought, every time I go to Yard, it always ends up raining when I get there. And it was opposite way around. I got to Rochdale and it was beautiful sunshine.
I thought God always smiled on Yorkshire.
Well, not that day. You know what would be a good idea? To check if it's still recording.
And if it's not,
Is it still
oh, that's good. Simon's phone. It's still recording.
There's been about 4 videos where it's got a cut scene in it, and then it goes, because the phone decided not to record, it didn't record any of this.
I suppose we talked about the issues, the hot topics that need covering in future videos are the wipers. I don't think that's been covered off.
Well, what else is there to say? I mean,
Quite like the Euros.
oh, okay. There's a lot to say there.
Yeah. Car audio. Do you go modern
Modern versus
DAB plus
traditional.
or traditional, or do you go for the one that is a DAB but looks like a period?
Yeah, you don't do that.
What else have we got? There's another hot potato that
I can think of loads of hot topic potatoes.
yes.
Tyres.
Tyres.
Do you go for branded tyres or do you go for the cheapest? Because at the end of the day, they're all built to the same specs.
I bought a set of tyres for the BRM for less than 150 quid.
What? All 4?
This was last year. So,
Right.
and I think things have gone up again.
But that's really good.
And they're hard tyres to get. The 195 20 45 ZR16
Alright, okay.
is the size.
Okay.
Quite not very easy to get.
You've not had to put new tyres on TF yet, have you? I have every time I take, 2 sets of wheels I've had up to now for TF. Every time I've took them somewhere to put tyres on, I've always bought tyres myself because I'm so scared that I'm looking at one wheel and going, it just needs 4 of these on it, and then I get a car back and it's got 4 of the same size tyre on it.
Yeah, because of course the TF has different size tyres on the front
And
and on the back. And not a lot of people know that.
not a lot of people know that. Tell you who didn't know that? Trophy Cars, who are MG specialists.
Allegedly.
Have I told you about my experience at Trophy Cars?
You did.
Okay.
You did. But if we believe Trophy Cars, then between me and Simon, we've got about 20 grand worth of TF between us.
But it's true because they still get people buying them. I don't know where they make the prices up.
They
from.
do occasionally. They'll sell one without warranty, won't they? That they've not fettled
Yeah,
for 3.5 grand.
yeah.
But yeah, I think the ones that came up in my my temptation feed, which is my little eBay alerts,
Temptation.
eBay alerts that I get every lunchtime. They had one for £5,500, which is quite cheap for
Mm.
trophy cars.
Yeah, that used to be the normal price about 3 years ago
Yeah.
for him. And I still thought they were expensive then.
Yeah, and I think in reality, the only TFs that command that money are probably the
MLE 500.
LE 500s, the ones built between 07 and 2011.
Yeah. Which even them are starting to rust and go crap now. So
With their N series engines.
yeah, and their shit dashboard.
Never seen one.
Have you not?
Never seen one.
When you have a look at it, tell me whether you like that one or the.
There's one local to me. I'll have to collar the lady here.
Yeah, just smash your window and have a look.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then see if you
I'll walk up to her and go, I've got an MGTF, you've got an MGTF, that means we're friends. And she'll go, fuck off.
Or it'll be opposite way around and that'd be scary.
Yeah. Oh, beards and bangers.
Run away. Soup, is it a meal or a drink?
Depends on the soup, doesn't it? If it's how rude.
They want to avert some input.
Oh, they're waving.
I always wondered why there were people hanging around up there.
It's a good corner.
Really? Have you heard the urban myth that if you see shoelaces hanging from a telephone line, that's a drug dealer's place?
Oh, is it?
That's the myth. There
Just the
was
shoe, not the trainers as well.
trainers hanging from a telephone line. And there was some hanging up there the other week.
Because in LA, that has different connotations.
Does it?
It means you've shot that
Gang
gang leader person with those particular trainers.
Americans.
Yeah. And, and you know when it's true class, when you look underneath that trainer and you can see the brand on the sole and it says George of Asda.
Yeah, true. Oh, there'll be Walmart in there.
Walmart, yeah. Oh, this is why I hate wearing glasses.
You get all mucky.
Yeah. You guys say it sounds like a fair or something over here.
So, this is the one weekend out of the whole year that there's a bit of private land up there that's just behind like an ambulance
Yeah.
place. And I don't know if it's council owned or if it's private owned, but there's like literally a fun fair for 3 nights. And it's super loud like that till like 12 o'clock at least. It's grim. It doesn't sound like a fun fair, it sounds like a rave. Pretty much.
Yeah, I sound. Yeah, there should be spirits and drugs.
Yes. There's definitely no rides that I've seen. It's just a field.
Right. I'll get my costume on.
Okay.
You join me, Old Bald Cannoli, here outside Longbridge, and I'm going to interview one of the workers who's been striking for several years. And when he hasn't been striking, he's been forgetting to put the rust protection on Triumph Dolomites.
They don't need it.
Norman,
Yes,
tell us, how are you feeling about these strikes?
I like strikes.
Why is that, Norman Butler?
Because I don't like striking.
You just said you do like
I
strikes.
like to strike to stop people striking. Because if they're already striking, they can't go and strike again.
And this is the problem. This is why things are not moving forward at Longbridge, Solihull, Canley and Abingdon. How many cars have you built this year, Norman?
Hang on, let's start again.
And today you join me, Old Bald Cannoli, here outside the Solihull Rover factory. And I'm with Norman Butler,
Hello.
who hasn't worked for several years because he's been on strike. How are the strikes affecting you, Norman, and your family?
Very well, thank you. We've got more time to do things as a family, like decoupage and paint by numbers.
But how can you say this when you're not earning any money?
Oh, you don't need to buy numbers. They're just free, you just find them.
Well, there we are. And this is Norman, who has spent maximum 3 days working in the last 2 years, and when the days he was working, he forgot to put rust protection on the Triumph Dolomites.
We don't need them
Why is that, Norman?
because they're made from papier mâché.
Well, there we are. Some insightful information from the Solihull Rover factory that is actually making Triumphs. So, what you want to do, Norman, is stop striking. You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
You want to start building cars again.
I want to start building cars.
Now move along. Jedi mind tricks only work on the weak-minded, and it would seem that Norman Butler is stubborn. Old Bald Cannoli reporting from Solihull, back to the studio.
Oh my God, what's happening here?
Ah, there you are, my good man. Now listen, what's your name?
My name's Norman.
Norman what?
Norman Butler.
Now listen here, Butler. I bought this brand new MGZT 1.8 turbo, the one that everyone wants now and then,
Yes.
and I keep getting this awful mayonnaise in my, well, dipstick.
You know what that is, don't you?
Tell me, that's why I've come to see you.
It's jam.
What?
It's car jam.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous.
It's a new feature that Rover designed into it.
What on earth is that for then?
Crumpets.
I'm not hardly like to spread contents of my engine onto a crumpet.
Oh, you should do. It's delicious.
What on earth is wrong with you people? I demand a refund. I want my car sorting out. Where do I get it booked in? Are you a mechanic?
I was.
What happened?
I now sell crumpets.
Oh, right. Can you tell me where the Rover is?
It's that way down there.
So you've got Rover badges all over your jacket.
Yes,
thing.
here they are.
You've got your name on it.
Yes.
Norman Butler.
That's it. That's me.
2 T's.
Yes.
But
I sell crumpets.
you're dressed as a Rover mechanic.
Yes.
You can't tell me where the Rover's in.
Well, crumpets are very complicated. You need to be a mechanical mind to operate a crumpet.
What the bloody hell has crumpets got to do with my car running rough and having mayonnaise in my dipstick?
Ah, it's jam, remember, not mayonnaise.
Look, my mother, the Dowager Countess of Bacchus,
Oh yeah.
she was an expert at making jam from our extensive fruits we had in the garden.
Ah, mechanical mind, you see.
Our jam looked nothing like your jam. Stop laughing, man. This is a serious issue.
Oh,
I
you,
need to get this car fixed.
you poor amateur. You know nothing about jam.
Well, how can we get this jam out of my engine? I don't want it in the engine. I want it somewhere else. Laugh again.
Well, you see, what you need to do is you change your waffle valve.
What?
Change your waffle valve and put a jiggery pokery stick in there instead.
Do I look like I was born yesterday?
You do actually, yes.
I
Very,
am not. I.
very youthful.
How very dare you, sir? How very dare you? Do you not know who I am?
I do not know.
Oh.